Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this is going to be a fun discussion with my good friend ColdBrew, where we're going to do it the way I do some of these type of collabs, where I'm going to show my top 25 non-void legendaries, and then we're going to have ColdBrew rank the top 25 void legendaries over on his end, while he can't see that what my answers were, but you will be able to, and then we'll combine our list, get them both on screen, and talk about where we agree and disagree. And also, please give my friend ColdBrew a break. He just had an operation for deviated septum, so he's not sick, but he's gonna sound a little bit stuffed up, but he's doing his best to come out here and still work and do content and hang out and do a fun collab with me. So I appreciate him working through it and taking the time to join me today. It'll be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. Alrighty, and now joined by my friend Mr. ColdBrew. How you doing today?
Hey man, I'm doing okay. Recovering from my surgery. Your audience has to listen to my voice like this for the duration of the video. But yeah, I'm doing relatively okay.
Yeah, just quickly tell us what happened. You actually got the same procedure that Darth had, basically, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if it's like the exact same because our recoveries via darts were different. We didn't talk much about it, but yeah, pretty much the same. It's like in the inside of the nose, deviated septum. It's a common surgery. It's pretty quick, like an hour, I think, 2 hours. Not sure exactly the time I was out. But yeah, hopefully I can breathe much better once I fully recover. And in a couple months' time, I should be at 100%, you know? That's what the doctor told me.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
So yeah, ColdBrew's not sick. You sound like you have a cold, but it's just
Yeah.
recovering from the deviated septum being fixed. But I thought it'd be fun to bring you on. I mean, this is like our fifth time doing a collab like this, where we kind of like rate something. And
Oh, yeah.
so on my side of the screen, the viewers can see me doing the top 25 non-void legendaries, and then on your
Uh,
side of the screen, we've got a blank canvas for
right.
ColdBrew to walk us through his thought process, ranking the top 25 non-void legendaries. And so we'll let him do that and talk about kind of what you're thinking. And then at the end, we'll quickly talk about where we agreed and disagreed, if we had some big differences or something like that. So if you're ready, to go ahead and let's fire it up.
A few moments later. One eternity later.
From what I can see, we have two legendaries directly the same. So at least there's that.
Oh, you mean like the positions? Oh, the
Yeah.
positions, I'm gonna change them. It's just temporary. I want to see my top 25 first, and then I mean, I could put Martyr in there. She's very solid. I don't think she's top 25. She's solid, but not top 25. I like Molly, but it's just personal preference, I think. Uh, Septimus, I don't have experience with Septimus, but I know what he does. I've built Medi before. I don't have him on my
Oh,
account
you
just
don't
to
have
know
a
with.
Septimus on your main, huh?
Oh yeah, I don't have Septimus. Don't have a Draco. I don't
Oh,
have
so
a
you just get lucky on
Zavia.
all the Void champions. Oh, so we have like, if we could just combine our two accounts, I get really lucky on the PvE champions. You get really lucky with the Void shards. So if we could just combine our powers, we'd be set.
Dude, I got much like I got a Vitas very quickly on my account, like very quickly. It was, I think, my first Void legendary pull. I think
That's a really good
it was
first
V.
Void legendary to get when you're like a
It
developing
was
account.
insane.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, I just can't remember when I pulled her. I think it was like after I got Arbiter. Uh, anyway, okay. Let's see. Okay, I think okay, Kaimar and Duchess have to be there on the top. I want to put Brogni here just for general utility. He's so strong in every single area of the game. I don't want to have Battle Kazan in there because he's not strong in every single area of the game. Um, I do like Valkyrie because she is versatile. She's good for PvE and PvP. She's versatile in that way. I would say she's top 5. I want to say Ninja is top 5, but never seen him use it in PvP. So he kind of falls off in that. So it has to be Rotos there. And I would say Rotos is right here in the top 3. And then Draco, I like how it looks right now. I want to say Duchess is number 1. Kymar may be close as a number 1, but I'm not really bothered with the top 5 of the rankings. Duchess she's like a beast everywhere. There's no doubt about this. Kymar is the reset king, sleep, poisons, PvP aura. Just insane overall. I have
Buff,
one and I wish
AoE
I had
buff
more.
strip. People forget about that.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Rotos is like you can do so many things with the Rotos, and he just becomes 10 times better with a Sifi. Brogri enables so much, not just PvE and clan boss, just PvP too. Can be used as like a good way to protect yourself from some teams in a defensive setup. Even on offensive, he can be used. Valkyrie though, she's just so good in PvE that I don't see how she is not a top 10. Chanda is like a beast in PvP, and she's good in PvE for her burst. She's got a solid aura if you want to get extra damage out of magic champions. She can be used as a control champion if you build her differently, and she's got an HP burn. So I like as a top 10 ranking. Lady Kimi now might be condemned. Might have to be top 6. It might be better than Valkyrie. I could see where I would use Kimi over Valkyrie, but I mean Valkyrie makes it so much easier for clan boss stuff. Tomb Lord and Battle Khazar are just so good. I want to put Ninja though here, and Chanda maybe has to drop here. Gonna put Battle Khazar as more useful than Draco, because you'll see teams with Battle Khazar but not a Draco anymore. Tomb Lord is good for soloing stuff, but not just that. He's just good overall. Very useful kid and poisons and everything. So Trunda has to go down. Now Hernding is better than Trunda. He can farm Nightmare. I mean, at least he has that. Mashald is more versatile for Cloud Boss 2. So I want to see him there. Calvalax enables some fun things to do, but he can even be used for Cloud Boss. Iron Brago, very solid passive and kit overall. Very good for control. He was the MVP of my Season 1 free-to-play account. I want to say that. I'm going to drop all these guys down. Wither has to go a little bit higher now because she is so good. I don't have personal experience with her. So I might have to drop everybody else down in the list just so that I could make room for Wither being where she is. Calvalax. Okay. Ooh, Tranda might have to be dropped from here. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, what I'm thinking is Wither is just so good in PvP, but she's so good in PvE too. She just helps you survive. And then the cleanses. She's got a leech too, which is arguably more useful than just having a defense down and poisons, I would say.
Yeah, she's kind of like Battle Khazar's sister or something, you know.
Right. She's got a resist lead, which is solid. So Draco might actually lose the top 10 right now. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, this is like a roller coaster of
Welcome to my life. I'm putting these together. Yeah, it's hard.
yeah. I think I'm at a good point right now. Like the final 10, I don't really have a preference for where they are, but I just want to say that some of these enable you to do more stuff than others. Like Cecilia is just so good at the spider that players don't realize that she's very good in something else that in other areas, and she can even apply defense down and weaken. So very solid. Krila is just insane in boosting your damage potential, buffs the whole team. I want to see licks higher than the damage dealers here. And then one of the damage dealers has to be the top 20, and it has to be Trunda because she is so good in PvP. Even if Ray is Ray is so good. Ray is so good. Krila has to go 21. I'm so conflicted with these. I can't really vote on them, but I will go with general utility in terms of block revive here with Foley. So he can be useful in lower accounts. Cadraphone can be still useful, but not as much, I would say. Now Astralon has got a stun, so he's got some control. And then Septimus, just because he's so good, up until a point where he kind of falls off because of the 25 dungeons, but he's still used in, I think, Dragon 25. There's teams with him in there. So I think I'm done.
Okay, cool. Well then, let me go get ColdBrew a screenshot of this stuff combined, and then we can talk about the differences going on. So we will be right back. All right, welcome back. We've got ColdBrew the information so he can see where we agree and disagree. And I do apologize. ColdBrew's side of it is a little bit blurry. It's just because I had to zoom in to make it easier for you to see. So I don't have the HD version of that one. How we're like cropping it in here for the collab. But anyway, yeah. So what's your first reaction seeing the two lists there?
Like I understand Cadraphone, Wither, and Trunda, but I don't agree with it for overall utility. Like, imagine a fresh account. You get those 5. Which account would you pick? Like 5 accounts. You have 5 accounts to choose from. Each one has one of those 5 in the top 5. Which one do you get?
I would pick Duchess for sure. Like, you know.
Right. It has to be Duchess. Like, you wouldn't feel the same if you got the Trunda account, right? Like, no chance you would feel the same. No chance you would feel the same for Cadraphone, even Kymar at the start. Like, what's the point of Kymar at the start of an account? But Duchess is the top. Kymar will shine just overall for his utility. And Wither, I would say, but the 2 PvP champions, Trunda and Cadraphone, I don't see them.
Yeah, I guess like
5.
my thought process is I'm thinking like the high end, like the ceiling. I guess the way I'm thinking about it is if there was a 10x for this champion,
right,
like how hard would people go after it? And if there's a 10x for Trunda versus like a 10x for, you know, Biggin, obviously people are gonna go way harder. Like, and that's kind of how I think about it, you know. But you're right. It's really hard because like for a beginner account, like you said, Biggin is one of the best champions you can get for a brand new account. But then for end game, when you're like, you know, in gold 4, you'd love to have like a Trunda. So that's what makes it really, you just try your best to kind of do it overall.
Yeah, like I see their overall utility when I think of like a tier list, like overall utility. But again, each account just is dynamic in a way because everything that you get changes what the next thing is gonna be in terms of usefulness for your account. So like getting 5 poisoner champions, your 6th one has 0 value, right? Right. The top 5, okay, maybe we agree on their usefulness, but not on their ranking. Rotos you have on number 6 and number 7, I guess. Yeah. Like if we remove the Cadraphone and Trunda, then yeah, they would go in the top 5. The top 10 was very, very close, I would say.
Yeah,
both
I
of
think
us.
we're close on most. I just
You'll see, yeah.
prioritized the high end
Yeah.
arena, and you
Right.
prioritized kind of like beginners. So like,
I
yeah,
yeah, overall count, like, as an overall count
yeah, yeah,
usefulness, I would say.
yep.
Um,
I was surprised you left because you talked so much about general utility. I was surprised you left Tatura off.
I left Tatura off. Yeah, I thought about Tatura. Yeah, you're right. I might have that maybe that was a mistake over, let's say, Septimus or or Foley. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I probably would have had Septimus in there instead of like Foley or Ray, but
Right,
like his value got nerfed so hard by like the Spider 25 change and having it shift towards HP burn, which is why I had
right,
Sishia. We both had Sishia 15 and 16, so we both agree on Sishia. I
right,
also, the way I did it, I kind of in the back of my mind was thinking about like champions that are newer are going to be more desired because people maybe don't have them. So that's why
right.
you see me put like Glissy and Beauregard, like the new dwarf and Calvalax. Like I'm putting them kind of up there because they're maybe a little bit newer and they might be a little bit more
Right.
desired. So you're kind
Well,
of
yeah, yeah. Strictly desirability of a champion is yeah, it's different again because of each account being different. Um, yeah,
yeah, and that's why like I had like Trunda so high, like because you're going by desirability. So yeah, I think we just had a little bit of a different mindset. You're going for like beginner, mid game, general usefulness to help you everywhere on your account, and I was going more for like top end, high end, player based desirability. So it's interesting to see how our two brains kind of solved that puzzle.
Yeah. I mean, looking at your tier list, I can see the argument of like, okay, Trunda, you get Trunda, that's it. You don't have to worry about a dedicated arena nuker for the rest of your account's life because basically you have her. That's it. Like once you get your clan boss sorted, and arena is your next focus, I would say maybe. Depends on everyone. That's it. Get her to 60. Start working on her gear, dedicated mastery. So no more War Master trying to do like a jack of all trades, with our starter champion, you try to put him everywhere. You now have your dedicated nuker, and that's because you pulled Trunda. I can see that. I can see that argument. Um I don't know about Gilcia and the dwarf, like how useful they would be. Overall, I mean, desirability, yeah, I guess. But why didn't you consider, let's say, Tomb Lord? Maybe because he's available through the dupe shop?
Yeah, that was a little bit of it. And he's also kind of only seems to get used, for like niche situations, like
Right,
soloing dragon or something. I mean, he does have a very good kit.
right,
He was like in that 24, 25, 26, 27 range, like right on the edge. I was like, I see Foley used a lot more than Tomb Lord because Foley's got like the block revive in the arena, and then Ray is such an account changer, like you said, because of the aura
right.
and the defense break. She's amazing in the Hydra, so I just couldn't take any of that. And then Tatura and Kyoku and Archbishop both being new and highly desired, I was like,
Right.
I can't put Tomb Lord over any of them, even though he should kind of be in there. So it's tough.
Yeah. In terms of desirability, again, for any account, I would go for the known value kind of champions and the usefulness that it would come out of them. Um, Brogni, I mean, definite value. Lady Kimmy, she's so good everywhere. Lysandra, you had ranked pretty much higher than me.
What's funny is I
Like,
think we basically agreed on the top 10. Like, what's the
yeah, yeah,
I think Bad L was the only difference. I had Trunda and Candrafon, and you had Bad L and Valkyrie. So we were 8 out of the same top 10.
right,
Oh,
yeah,
and Ninja.
yeah.
It looks like you had Ninja up there too. And I
Yeah,
had, who did I have instead of that?
You have
Lysandra.
Ninja way down the list.
Lysandra. So we had 7 out of 10. But we were close on Lysandra, and yeah,
Yeah.
I had Valkyrie as the most valuable legendary in the game, like ahead of Duchess back in the day, like 2 years ago.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Remember your free-to-play account? First
Yeah.
shard pooled or whatever it was.
That was such a blessing and a curse, because I did my free to play series, and then like on day 4 I pulled Valkyrie, and all the viewers were like, "Well, this is stupid. I'm not watching anymore." I was like, how can I be excited about pulling a good legendary? Everybody hates me for it.
Yeah. I totally get it. I totally get it. But she is just so good, and just give her gear. She becomes better and better with every piece of gear that you give her. You didn't have Brogni. No, Brago. Brago. You didn't have Brago in there.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe
you don't really
because he
use
was a
him
fusion, so most people
Right.
have him. So like you said, I tend to lean towards the desirability. So maybe the best way to do this is kind of a hybrid of UMI's list, like where you
Right.
kind of consider both. Like maybe you have Trunda too low, and maybe I have, you know, Candrafon too high. Like maybe it's like a hybrid would be the kind of the best way to go about it.
I like Brago so much. He has so many things to offer through his kit that he just carries the whole account. That's why I like him.
I
It's
love
not-
his
yeah.
passive of just like the
Yeah,
guaranteed
the passive.
defense is so strong.
Like he's got buff duration. He reduces buff duration. He's got a stun. He's got an increased defense. He's got a provoke and attack down. He's got a great aura for the Doom Tower. He's got a great passive for the whole team. Like, yeah, totally carries. an
Yeah,
account.
the guy that won my $1,000 free to play contest, he was lucky. He did it during the that was back during the Iron Brago fusion, and then he got lucky
Right.
and summoned Masha Led, and he
Mashallah,
he was able to get Arbiter in 42 days free to play. Like
yeah, I remember that.
Just
Like whenever I
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead. Yeah, whenever I mentioned that 40-day as the I know that as the top, the lowest time needed to get Arbiter. And I see it as an insane time. Like, how did he do it? Like he must have been just winning like crazy in arena versus those bot teams and just cruising through every single thing in terms of content. But
Yeah, if we did it
yeah,
today with the state of
no
the arena
chance.
now, oh my, because what's the arena quest to get Arbiter?
Gold 4
You have to reach gold 4.
and 1 level 10 and 2 level 7. Great whole bonuses.
Yeah, like the arena's like 50 times harder now. I like if I did that competition now, it'd probably be like 150 days.
Yeah, it would be like the craziest accounts getting it for sure. Going back to the list, Herndijk, I think we had him close. Mashalel, again, very, very close. Let's say he had Battle Khazar way down the list though, compared to me. Kalbalax, again, pretty close. Sisia, pretty close. Why Battle so low?
I
compared
think
to-
the release of Wither, she does kind of a
Right.
lot what he does. I think that had a little bit of a ding on his value. Without Wither, I probably would have had Battle up around right behind Masha Led. I would have had him up about 5-6 spots. So I bumped him down a little bit because they double dip, and Wither is way better in PvP. So when I have to choose between the two of them that are very similar,
Right.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I love Battle, and like you said, any new player, like, oh my god, Battle just completely changes your experience. So he's like a Duchess or a Masha Led, one of these champions that when you get them on a new account, it just changes everything.
Yeah, what I like to remind people of with Battle is like he also has a passive which boosts your damage by 20%, which is insane. People don't
Yeah.
consider that
Yep. Yeah, yeah,
when
it gets forgotten. He's also got an A1 that does AoE. You could put him in like a stun set. And, like there's just
right,
so
right.
many different things you can do with him.
He looks so simple, but it's and he needs like what 5 books or
Yeah,
something.
I think it's 8. I can pull it up.
Yeah, it's just his cooldown on his A2, and then it's
It's
just the A1 getting extra damage.
it's actually
Just
7.
very low amount, right?
It's 7. Yep.
Very
So
close to what Necred like has in terms of requirement of books.
yeah, net crit is 6, which for a void Lego is
Yeah,
nuts.
it's crazy. Um, okay, closing off the top 20, you had Ninja down below. I'm gonna say Ninja just carries accounts. That's why I had him so high. He just carries PvE situations that he's so good in. Hydra, Cloud Boss, Doom Tower bosses, any boss. Um, then I did have Countess Lex, so my reasoning behind that was because she has a cooldown reduction. She's got a way to block skills. AoE, decreased speed is very useful. And just overall utility. That's why I consider her as like a really
Yeah,
good.
I've always been surprised about Countess because her kit on paper is so crazy. Um,
Right.
I think maybe it's the fact that it's a 4-turn cooldown. I think maybe that's it.
Maybe.
Because you would think Countess would be like a top 15 champion and you'd see her a lot more often than you do, but
Yeah.
you just don't.
She usually has to be paired with Astrolog to see their full potential. It's one
Yeah,
of
that's
those
why.
power couples that they kind of have to be together, but they're not as strong as Sifi on herself and Rodos on himself by himself.
Yeah, I just pulled her up. That has to be why. It's her cooldowns. Her A2 is 4 and her A3 is 5. If you have a champion where your 2 abilities are 4 and 5, it's
Yeah.
it's got to be somebody like Kymar, you know, where it's like a full reset
Right.
or something.
Right. And then what I say, Ray is a very solid champion. I always loved her kit. Although it seems like a simple kit, she provides a lot of things, and especially that speed lead. Um, it's just so useful. I had Krila overall for like an ally attack. Maybe she didn't deserve to be in there. Maybe for Tatura, or maybe one of the DPSers. I had Kadron so down the list because I said like he's so good in PvP, but nowhere else. No, you don't see him as a dungeon clear champion ever. Even though dungeon is 20, we didn't use him ever really.
Well,
I
doesn't he
would
get like
see.
40% damage from Veil? Like,
Yeah, he needs that setup for the Veil for him to get a boost, and he needs the other stuff that everybody else needs, like a defense down a weekend, to see like a full burst potential. And after that, I mean, Septimus was there because he can do fun stuff with his A1. He extends duration of cooldowns. Big Nuke on his A2. I could see
extends
somebody
durations
wanting
of cooldowns. You mean debuffs?
of debuffs. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
sorry. Um, I could definitely see Septimus over the Archbishop guy. I want to say in terms of usefulness, maybe it really depends on the account. Uh, yeah. The Archbishop guy is just new. That's how I feel about him.
Yeah,
He's
and
just
like we
new.
already said, I kind of prioritized that a little bit on mine.
Right.
Cool. Well, then
Yeah, I think that was it. I think that
yeah,
was
no,
it.
that's what I wanted to get done. I'm gonna maybe use this chat and try to make some adjustments on my kind of official list for the website and stuff like that.
Cool.
So I appreciate your perspective as well to kind of help me
Yeah, man.
learn a
Always.
little bit about it. So yeah, good luck on your recovery and how
Thank you.
did they give you any insight as to how long you'll kind of be struggling and sounding like that or?
No. They didn't say, but it should subside in a week or so, like how I talk and the stuffiness of the nose and everything. But general recovery, he said at least 2 months to feel the full changes that the surgery had to my nose. Because right now I don't feel like I could breathe better than before, obviously.
Oh, it does. Yeah, you don't feel the change yet at all.
Only sometimes when I'm not stuffy, I could breathe better. And like the 1 minute the doctor removed those bandages at this when I like after the surgery, they put some kind of gauze or bandages within the nose, which basically soaks up everything. And when he removed that, I could breathe insanely well, but that closed up really quick. That's what Darth told me would happen. Anyway, yeah, I hopefully I'll recover by next month.
Well, thanks for
And
toughing
be
it
much
out
better.
and still showing up to do a video for me and
Always, man, always.
and yeah. All right, man. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Alrighty, that does it for this one. Huge shout out to Mr. ColdBrew for joining me. I will link to his channel down below. Definitely a fun channel worth checking out with a lot of great content on it, and always a fun discussion when it comes to ranking champions because it's something that's really hard to do. So it's important to get lots of different perspectives on it. So that is going to do it for us on this one. Let us know what you think down below in the comment section. Would love to hear where you agree or disagree so I can try to move things around. And it's never going to be perfect, but keep making things as accurate as I possibly can. So as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.